Well, hello everybody. My name's Revan Ligar, and welcome to the Sinking City. I've been a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft for a long time, and this game has been on my hit list for a while. I played it a bit on stream, but I've been dying to get it back into it and give it a proper playthrough. So let's dive in and see what mysteries await us. On fun. Yeah, I wouldn't want to look at you either. Deep mysteries going on here. He tied one on a little bit too good. Oh, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. A little bit of Bioshock inspiration, and then insanity. Deep, deep, disturbing dreams. Now, if I remember his story correctly, his would actually be kind of based off of Dagon. We'll get into that when we get the chance. Not you.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Yeah. So the basic hand and foot of this whole thing is that Mr. Charles Reed, who is the main character, contacted Jay Vanderberg to look into some cases of hysteria and people who dream pretty much the same crap that he does to find out more about it. So let's go into it. Let's take a camera. Take a picture of that. And reload, because I'm ready to roll.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Nope. Monolith National Park. What kind of monoliths? Here we go. Now this game kind of followed a kind of very futuristic style of thought when it comes to how the economy runs. Basically, well, it's bullets. Money's worthless.
Now get out.
Lick me.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed.
King in yellow.
What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont.
Yeah.
Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
That accent, they kind of went vaguely German, but I can't quite place the rest of it.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Oh, I get some backwards since like I've read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft and a bit of the stuff that other authors have contributed to it. And I would say he's loosely based off The King in Yellow, or at least he's a reference to it.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in
And yet I can't remember mine.
By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He is dedicated
hell of a name.
time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Akos?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you may...
Most places in H.P. Lovecraft's work are all unique geographically. In fact, actually, a number of the places that that he writes about are actually take place in the dream world. He just doesn't outright say it.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
Yeah.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
They did really go with the modeling. Like, Reed, he looks like he's extremely fucking tired. Like, he does not get any
What's the best
sleep.
way to
He's
get around
kind of
those
slowly losing
I'd
it.
like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
And that's the thing that it kind of makes you wonder is why is Johannes doing so much to help me out?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Sure.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand.
You really don't hear that
Never
word
know
anymore,
where to
insular.
turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Foreshadowing. Dun dun dun. Oh. And we got our skills, which we got to get experience to go up. Oh, so many of them. Absolute clarity. This is going to be one of the first ones I want to get because it gives me more experience. And full of things to explore.
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Yes, we will. Do-do-dum. What about you, Spanky?
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Really, resank itself, so hopefully fucking not. No, not you. Fuck is it? Not you. There we go. Mind's Eye. His special ability that he got after his little accident. I've gone down there before. It did not go well. When somebody can explain to me what does that shit to a shark, we'll talk.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Fancy. I'm discovering shit. Shouldn't even have to.
Thing with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Not you.
Something.
Okay. Albert Throgmorton's well. Here we go. Already jumping up a little bit ahead, boys, because I like to explore. Hope someone finds this. My name's Albert Throgmorton. This is my will. I want to warn you, don't go down to the depths below Oakmont. There's whatever. Should never have done that. Everything should remain in the cave. Professor, whatever I fear that will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on. I'm not finishing that. In the end it comes. I must warn everybody. I must tell my father. He's here. Bum, bum, bum.
You like it here, newcomer?
No.
Well, get used to it.
Fishy.
No one
Can't catch
leaves
a mackerel
Oakmont
since those Innsmounders
nowadays.
took over the fishing business.
Any shit over here I can find? An explorer. You give me a way of going around, I will search. I get the feeling that would cause me problems. Why it takes me forever to finish games like Fallout and Skyrim. Fucking exploring everything. Nope. Out of there. Out of here. They did really good for the city building, but it's like, who doesn't question this sort of shit? Flood or no flood? Who the fuck doesn't question it?
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Hands off me, you damn dirty ape.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am,
Uh-huh.
but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator. Just
Oh, I
arrived
can't
from
remember
Boston.
the name of the character,
I'd be
but
able to help me.
there's an entire family that his family's based off of, and the stories.
Perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Cocaine.
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat.
Yeah, I
Says
found it.
He was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe
Oh, he is a monkey.
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong
Sure.
and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Shadow over Innsmouth, another set.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground.
Yeah.
Now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city.
Mm-hmm.
The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Uh-huh.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
And I'm not asking him about his features. That sounds like a good reason to get myself beaten.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your...
I'm sensing sarcasm. You bitch.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss.
Oh.
And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera?
Hmm?
What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera
All right.
means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Did he just try to Jedi mind trick him?
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Thank you.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes.
No.
Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
We're right by the house. I'm not going to piss him off any more than I have to.
It's time for me to get started.
I might have to piss him off later.
My son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Don't make me have you eat lead.
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer.
Yeah.
Your hands where I can see them.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
There are a number of people who treat their pets better than they treat themselves. I steal your shit! And there's no way that is a recent addition to this fucking house.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Yeah, I can see it's warped. Not those fuckers. Those should be all warped. Let's say it looks like you're just eating raw fucking fish. And bringing your work home with you.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Don't make me rip that mustache off you and beat you with it. Let alone, he doesn't say anything about the blood.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
No. He's on another plane.
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay.
Now I'm worse than a
Charles
cop.
Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me
Who are
about
you?
yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It was at or starve.
I'd rather fucking leave town.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house.
Mm-hmm.
Barry was outside on his business. Then he
Yeah.
came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room.
Mm-hmm.
Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
Nice to meet you.
That sounds familiar. Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry.
I asked a simple fucking question. It's not about respect. I didn't say K can go fuck himself. Big fucking difference. Fucking touchy ass motherfuckers.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
I'm gonna go with an atomic wedgie gone wrong.
Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
That's why drugs are good, especially when you stand there like that.
Choo choo.
I'm just robbing them blind. I have to look at the body.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
I'd say so. Go away.
5 cards short of a full house.
Yeah, because apparently me investigating fucking poker cards makes me want to lose my mind.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Why? It was 4 bachelors living alone. In a shit rundown heap. Probably wouldn't even have a picture.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Nope. Innsmouth.
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Fish people. Ooh.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Hafton.
Somebody summoned the devil behind me or something? Right. Got that. Or... Alright, now this, I believe this game was made by the same company that does a lot of the Sherlock Holmes games, like Devil's Daughter and such. And this is kind of how you do your investigations in those games. Let's see, Throgmorton and No. No, apparently not. Alright. Oh, there we go. Albert spread history around him.
Take this, ape face.
That's like point fucking blank. I'm guessing that's Lewis. Of course, that's Albert. Bald head. I'm gonna go with that's him. That's Will over there. Maybe. I missed one in here.
What's happening?
Okay.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have
The
here.
monkey jumped it. Well, this is kind of easy to put together. 1, 2,
Take
3.
this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Shit. Roll. Let's go to Mind Palace. His Mother Lewis and his people suffer from the hands of Thor Mountain. This may be a reason to hate them. There we go. Throgmorton was dangerous. Man named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. Can track down and use my natural scent. Duh.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Yeah.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
And nobody says or does a fucking thing.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Yes, and I'm going insane trying to track him down. Thank you, Shadow People, for helping me. Alright, what clues do we got here? Free shit. Ooh.
There's something in the pocket.
Yeah. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly. Fuss snooping about the port where I am, struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have... Okay, yeah, so prohibition. All about booze. And go up here. I steal your shit. Thing about that is piquing me interest.
The blood is fresh.
That's the blood.
Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Mm-hmm.
Door won't budge.
Oh no. Things are locked, that's when they get weird. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. And nobody wants to say anything about this son of a bitch?
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
And then hung his ass up on the fucking hooks? That's not exactly... Okay, that's not exactly something a sane human being does. Another one in here. That hasn't disappeared yet. I'm gonna take a picture of you. Because you ugly. I need to make sure that everybody knows. You ugly. Alright. Oh, maybe at the bar. It seems logical. Oh. There we go. Moose may have wanted to kill Albert out. There we go. Moose. Bad way to die. Him and his Mo Howard haircut. Might not 100% things, but I do like finding as much evidence as humanly possible.
Ed, I still hear those voices.
I'll go drink a beer or two. Or 20. I'll drown them out pretty good.
Choo choo.
That one. I'm gonna go with you hit him with the barrel. And your insanity. Because you were the one who was lifting it. Oh, there we go.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
There we go. That's a clear indicator they're not gonna let me go fucking anywhere. That's fucked.
Oh. Yeah. Hey. Got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
I can solve that easily by putting one in your head.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Sure.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Yes, and if you listen to Scooby-Doo, well, Are everywhere where you look. Or is fucked. Feeling your shit.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Yeah.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
With a
Yes,
shit
my
old
dear,
woman accent
yes.
that
Oh,
instantly
it's
transforms
so
into a
clear.
younger, slightly
Your
more
path
mellow.
holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it
Which,
easier for you.
in an
I don't
post-apocalyptic scenario, that would actually be fairly apt.
Let's hear what my future holds.
And a most likely form of
The sea
payment rather
will
than
be
bargaining.
generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I
Girl
see
Scout cookies?
old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage.
I get to be a monkey.
And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
I can't wait to see what bullshit you tell me later on.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
Well, outside of a shitty fucking near New Jersey accent.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here.
I got it on the shelf right behind me.
Better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Yeah, that was not an offhanded insult at all. Fuck you.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throg. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
Thank you.
So,
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
smart man.
I ain't making no promises.
There's your good deed for the day.
Especially since I read Shadow over Innsmouth. And, well, I have no problem putting these people down.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Tacos.
That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic
Yes,
justice.
me with my
I
whole,
got nothing to
what,
hide.
3 bullets?
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it.
Oh, shit.
When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Yes, somebody driven into a psychotic state by beings unknown would, well, completely consciously want to go after somebody and kill them execution style. Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking
Start at the
sense.
beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Yeah.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont.
Yeah.
Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine.
Yeah.
The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against
Because you're
us.
the descendants of
I'd like to
Dagon.
see them suffer
Go
like
fuck
we
yourself. Fish face.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
No shit.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos
You guys aren't?
called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Yeah.
What kind of... why do
I have
you-
no problem asking him this, because I know why.
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends?
Did I fucking say that?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how
I
to
hate
ask.
people who
Just
have knee-jerk reactions like that.
someone
It's
like you
fucking
before.
stupid.
I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Yes, and then the stories talk about one day taking over the earth. Go fuck yourself.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
Yes, temporary
I
insanity.
think I've got all I
Perfect.
need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did.
Yeah, right.
Have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'm sure Ariel would be perfectly okay.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
Take some free bullets. Prophecy. Oh, Lewis was aware of his actions. And he was really affected. I'm gonna go with he knew what his actions were.
Mr. Throckmorton,
monkey face.
I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood.
Sure,
I've
just like
commissioned
you.
a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible.
Shovel works well.
When you can't, keep your weapons handy.
We'll say this. I can't remember the name of the story that his family's based off of. It isn't Throgmorton in HP stories, but the looks and also the desire for knowledge, the making studies, exploring, trying to learn things. That is very on par.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true.
I think he's getting ready to go wait.
No. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
He's in the bar.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't. But I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Cocaine.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calming from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
And I don't care.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below.
Sure.
So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
So does your family.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your
Uh-huh.
son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust.
I mean, I really can't fault his thinking here.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Yeah.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
Just because you're Harry does not mean that you're in the right.
Better.
I am a busy man.
I will beat you with a bottle of Nair.
All preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Now he wants to be nice and mark it on my map after getting pissy with me. Fuck you in your white suit.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Woohoo!
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bill.
Good things always happen when this shit happens. Ooh, my soul leaving my body. Always a good thing. He almost got beaten with the flag and then gets smacked with a can. Hello. That, folks, is how you lose your mind. Oh, that was a lot of fun. That is just the beginning of getting into this. And of course, he's got to have the fucking paranoid look around like a lunatic. But, gonna end this episode here. Nice little beginning touch. Touched on a lot of different parts of H.P. Lovecraft. You have the King in Yellow, which is also a slight thing into the priest behind the yellow mask from the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. Of course, we have the Throgmortons, we have the Innsmouthers. I mean, there's a lot of little things here, and I can't wait to see how many other stories they really got into. I'm really kind of hoping there'll be a nod to one of my favorite stories, which is fucking stop it, is the Mountains of Madness. To me, one of the best outside of Call of Cthulhu, which is everybody's favorite. But there's so many more. I'm a big fan. I can't like recite everything to you, but I've read the stories enough. In fact, actually, I'm going back through them again. I have the audiobook version of them on my phone for when I'm going to work. But I shall catch you all next time. See ya.